Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts about the 40k universe. I am your host Gershwin and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about homebrew Space Marine chapters as we get into the Pretty Marines. If you guys have any suggestions for cool Warhammer 40k topics that you guys would like us to create a video for, don't forget to comment down below with suggestion followed by whatever topic you guys want us to create a video about. If you're new to the channel, we put out new lore videos every single day, so please subscribe to the channel. With that said, let's get into 40 facts about the Pretty Marines. The Pretty Marines is a homebrew Space Marine chapter, created by taking the stereotypical Bishoan warrior who is mysteriously incredibly beautiful, despite following a career path that requires him to engage in deadly and typically disfiguring combat on a frequent basis, and transplanting the idea into Warhammer 40k. Bishonen is a Japanese term that combines bai, meaning beauty, and shonen, which means boy, literally translating to beautiful boy. These beautiful boys are famous for their feminine aspects and grace and have found their place in Japanese pop culture as boy bands, glamorous rock stars, and model-like actors. They were the 2nd Space Marine Legion, and once their Primarch, the ironically named Ogrim Gorefist, was reunited with them, they set to work on prettifying space, though they were generally ignored by all other legions except for Horus and the Luna Wolves. Sanguinius and the Blood Angels as fellow Bishonens, the Blood Angels felt kinship for the impossibly youthful-looking Pretty Marines, although it might have just been pity, considering that the Blood Angels actually managed to get shit done. When the Horus Heresy came, the Pretty Marines split into two, one wishing to fight for Slaanesh and stand by the Emperor's children, and the other staying loyal to the Emperor and stood by the Blood Angels. Horus then promptly beat the living shit out of the loyal half and prevented them from participating in the Siege of Terra. Ogrim Gorefist and many of the remaining loyalist Pretty Marines disappeared into the Webway, following the example set by Jagatai Khan. As there were not enough Pretty Marines left for Rowboat Guilliman to turn into a full chapter, Guilliman had them sit on Serlia and rebuild. But after he was poisoned by Fulgrim, a bureaucratic mishap struck the 2nd Legion from the Imperial records. 10,000 years later, the Pretty Marines finally made enough Marines to turn their former Legion into a chapter and make a few successor chapters, but they quickly fell victim to the most dangerous force in all known universe, the perverse glee of sadistic authors. By the very next day, they lost their entire 3rd, 4th, and 2nd Company to Angron's Dominion of Fire campaign. When the World Eaters came to break planet Crucella's back, with the company commander being stomped into a red paste by Angron himself, while the librarian was slaughtered by Karn. A few centuries later, the Pretty Marines joined the Space Wolves in the very first War of Armageddon, and sent their entire chapter to redeem themselves. Angron, Karn, and Angrath killed 60% of the chapter, with another 39% falling to the other coordinates, leaving only the 1st Terminator veteran squad of the 1st Company. 3 Tech Marines, 2 Dreadnoughts, a Land Raider, and a Gladius frigate. They have only now finished the painstaking task of restoring their numbers to full. Created by the Imperium as a symbol of human perfection and grace, all members of the Pretty Marines are selected for their dashing good looks, androgynous charm, and combat prowess. The Pretty Marines excel in the covert warfare, sabotage, parades, and flower arrangements. The chapter emblem is a rose on a field of white, and the power armor is commonly painted lavender, augmented with various pastels. They are often depicted going into battle carrying microphones as a parody of boy bands manufactured for teenage girls. Unique to the Pretty Marines' gene seed is a specialized organ called the sparkle gland, the source of the Pretty Marines' powerful and mysterious sparkle attack. A mutation of the oculobe. It's increasing the functionality of the eyes and their tear ducts. When a Marine sheds tears, the liquids will provide rapid healing of any wound it touches. Additionally, the pupils can cause minor forms of hypnotic phenomenon in subjects looking directly into the Marine's eyes. The phenomenon commonly manifests as increasing glamour of the Marine or hallucinations of bubbles or sparkles. The Pretty Marines also come in Chaos versions. Sadly for the Pretty Marines, like all other Space Marines, they are sterile and lack testicles. Indeed, all glands that produce testosterone and estrogen are removed in the process of creating Space Marines, to prevent the most basic of urges from interfering in their duties. Thus, they can never truly please their legions of fangirls in the way that the fangirls deep down really want to be pleased. Many a Pretty Marines has had to shamefully reveal this fact to many a very disappointed and now disillusioned fangirls in the bedroom. However, not all Pretty Marines are complete fags and useless idiots. A small group, disgusted that their chapter was turning into a bunch of prideful, mirror and roses toting assholes, separated, led by Sergeant Kamina and Brother Rai. Currently, they are getting shit done, if you know what I mean. The following was collected from a field report of many industrious anomani. Privy to information from rogue traders of an orc invasion upon the verdant world of Gerli II, I arrived to find the planetary defense forces already fighting a bloody and brutal trench war with the savage greenskins. May the Emperor bless those fine men for their valor in the face of such a horde, and forgive me for not fighting, but they were outnumbered. All appeared to be lost at the main hive, when a strange procession made its way toward the battle. Resplendent in purple armor, and bearing the symbol of the rose upon their shoulder and banner, I beheld the Pretty Marines in their glory. As they advanced, the air seemed to clear. The sun appeared to shine directly upon their battle-ready forms. Behind them was a procession, much like one I have seen in the pilgrims following sororities as they marched to war, though instead of zealots, I saw a throng of screaming 14-year-old girls. In war, they were, as in the Astartes, brutal and swift. The orc horde were caught in a sudden counterattack, spearheaded by assault troopers who glided gracefully overhead before diving upon greenskins like eagles swooping upon its prey. The orcs were utterly annihilated, but the Marines did not celebrate. They left the battlefield, bearing the body of one of their own in a mournful procession. I managed to get a hold of one of their scouts to ask him what had occurred to fell this brave warrior, for no mark appeared to adorn his form. "No mark?" the scout had reclaimed at me, manly tears streaming down his face. "These greenskins cut his cheek. His beautiful features are marred forever." The wailing of the little girls lasted well into the night and the next day. With those tales told, I think that is all the Pretty Marine lore that any straight man can handle. If you guys want more information on the Pretty Marines, go ahead and visit the 4chan website. The link is going to be in the description. But now to bring balance to the universe, we will get into everybody's favorite homebrew chapter, the Angry Marines. So let's listen to a little bit more of the Angry Marine lore. In the middle of the year 654 of the 41st millennium, the Ferocian system was invaded by a large fleet of Drothri Xenos. The ships overwhelmed the orbital defenses in rapid fashion, and dropships swarmed over the hive cities and manufactorums in a fast and brutal raid. Fortunately for the planet, the astropathic messages pleading for aid were answered. However, the nearest response force consisted of 2 battle barges belonging to the Angry Marines, the Astartes chapter. The Astartes responded to the alien incursion was so much swifter and so much more brutal than the initial Drothi invasion that the Imperial forces, who had been fighting a desperate defense against the Xenos, suffered numerous casualties due to the entire regiment standing dumbstruck and horrified by the violence they were witnessing. Such cases resulted in troopers forgetting to defend themselves or pay attention to the enemies left in front of them, for fear of missing a second of the action. Such behavior seemed believable, given the reports of Angry Marine Terminator squads ripping off sections of their sacred armor and beating numerous aliens to death with them, and the other reports of Angry Marines force-feeding the Xenos captives their own bleeding innards. It was later discovered that the Xenos fleet was an amalgamation of ships from several worlds their race had inhabited in the southern reaches of the Segmentum Pacificus. These worlds were in the path of a far-flung tendril of High Fleet Leviathan, and were soon to be invaded and consumed. So badly were the Xenos routed from Ferocia that they fled back to their own homeworld to face the Tyranid Hive Fleet. Their leaders considered extinction by the Tyranids preferable to facing the Angry Marines again. The Angry Marines are not known for their restraint, which leads to the subject of this record. 1 month after the last living Xenos died on the planet was destroyed in Exterminatus. The Angry Marines described the insidious foe that could not be destroyed by any conventional means, and had apparently waited to ambush them just as the Xenos force was destroyed. The following transcript has been provided by Archon Polak, the last surviving assistant to the planetary governor of this planet. Brother Captain, the Forensian Planetary Council requests your assistance, said Governor Les. What the fuck do you want now, cockstink? Replied Battle Captain Shit Ripper, leader of the Angry Marines Task Force. The Xenos are routed, and I speak for the entire planet when I express the deepest of gratitude for your help in preserving our fair planet. But now we have a severe threat to our planet left behind by the Xenos. Our hives and manufactorums have severe damaged municipal systems. Fires rage through 2 of our manufactorums completely unchecked. We have no capacity to put them out. Entire stocks of weapons and food rations made ready for nearby war zones and military campaigns are being destroyed in stockyards because of this inferno. We humbly ask if you could please provide some assistance in neutralizing this threat. Brother Sergeant Fuckus Themupus replied for his captain. Fuck no, I'm not your bitch servitor, you fucking prick. Shut your whore mouth up, Uppus, said Captain Shit Ripper. Faggots, he said. Turning to his assembled companies, we beat the shit out of orcs, right? Fuck yeah we do, shouted a Marine. Kick their cocks in, another chimed. Shit Ripper continued, and we tear those Eldar cunts into chunks, right? I hate those fairy pant shitters, a belligerent engine roared. Well, those fuckers break shit which belonged to the Emperor, announced the captain. And this fire is breaking his shit too. Let's rip this fire a new asshole. Always angry, all the time, answered the assembled Marines. Thank you so much, Captain. We will convene immediately with the Mechanicum. And fuck those wind-up assholes. We know how to kill fire. With fire, roared Captain Shit Ripper. The Angry Marines attacked the fires as they were any other of the Imperium's foes, with power wrenches and chainswords, heavy bolters, and melta-guns. That very day, the fire sweeping through the manufactorums grew by an order of magnitude. The next week saw the fire spread into the hive cities. Millions died trying to escape the blaze. Matters were not helped when the Angry Marines, growing alarmed at the fire's refusal to die in the Emperor's name, restored to tactics most extreme, to kill it. The Angry Marines loaded explosives onto cargo ships, which had been previously delegated to evacuate refugees off the planet, and flown into the blazing spires. Even orbital bombardment did not cause the flames to abate. Ultimately, the Angry Marines restored to Exterminatus to prevent this grave threat to the Imperium from spreading to another world. And those were 40 facts about the Pretty Marines and the Angry Marines. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more suggestions for cool homebrew chapters that you guys would like us to make a video about, please comment down below. Don't forget to put suggestion followed by whatever topic you guys want us to talk about. And again, don't forget to visit the link in the description to the Pretty Marines and the Angry Marines 4chan website. 4chan is just an amazing source for you to get cool codex ideas, and of course awesome lore like this. There's more on that website, so please check them out. And again, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. By you guys liking the video and commenting down below, it really helps out the Warhammer 40k community, because it sees, or YouTube sees, that you are interested in Warhammer 40k content, and then you're gonna get recommended videos of not only us, One Mind Syndicate, but also of awesome YouTuber or 40k YouTubers like 40k Theories, and Vaults of Terra, and a bunch of other ones that are escaping my mind right now. But again, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to help us out a little bit more, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month can help us create more videos for you guys. With that said, this was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.